Hello and welcome to Minecraft Levitated. So in the last episode, we created the simple alloy smelter and we created the simple sag mill. And what I've done is gone ahead and made some conduits. If we look at these, we need the pulsating iron, which we looked at last time. It was an ender pearl and an iron ingot. And then I've also made this conductive iron ingot, which is just redstone and iron. And then the conduit binder is made with conduit binder composite, and that is made with 5 gravel, 2 sand, and 2 clay. So we smelted up a bunch of that, and we made a bunch of conduits. So we have a bunch of bonsai pots here dumping wormwood in here. We are then putting wormwood into our coal generators, and we're using that to temporarily kind of feed these guys, and we're running some simulations, getting these pristine shulker matters. We're then throwing them over here into the loot fabricator, and we're collecting some diamonds just whilst we're running around the base. And I actually have a little bit more polymer clay to throw into here. And pristine failed. It's going to try it again. One more polymer clay. So we are going to close this up and just kind of leave this for now. And, yep, these two blocks went over here. So I have also made the trial Keystone. If we look at that, it is a trial key, diamond, stone, and then this soot-covered machine casing that we've made a ton before. The trial key is just an ender pearl, diamonds, and iron nuggets. And then we had our deep learner on us right here. We went out and killed a enderman while holding these 2 trial keys, and these are attuned to self-aware. So I think we're going to go and do ourselves a little trial to get some, it's called glitched hearts. Yeah, we're going to get these glitched hearts from running these trials. We take these and smash them against some obsidian, and then we get 3 fragments per heart. We can then craft them up into the ingots by dropping the fragments, lapis and gold, into water. And we're going to need about 12 of these unstable ingots. And we've done this before in the past. I really like this mod. It's really nice. Now, unfortunately, in this pack, the glitched infused armor set is not as easy as just getting these ingots. They did change up the crafting recipe to require a sapphire helmet. This requires the angel ring. This requires platinum leggings. And this requires a padded landing boot from advanced rocketry, which is, yeah. So we're not going to be able to use the glitched armor set. And I wanted to use this sword as well because it doubles the mob data, basically cutting it in half. But this requires Opinium core perfected, which is Opinium inspiring with some nether stars and elytras and bottles of enchanting and all kinds of craziness all the way back to this right here. And we need to make an absolute ton of these just to get the glitch sword, which is a really good sword, but it is by far out of our reach. So let's head over to the main end island where we have our keystone set up. Now back over at the main end island, I went ahead and set up our little trial keystone here. I did fence this area off. This requires a 15 by 15 area with nothing in the middle. If we were to even place a torch down, that would technically block the spawns. So we are going to put our key in. And we're going to have 7 waves. We are going to have affixes speed. We're going to have blaze invaders and then knockback immunity. That is going to be on the endermen themselves. So let's start the trial. Now the easy thing we can do is we can block these guys' attacks like this with our shield. And they will die. Oh. kill him because we get a little bit extra hearts for that. And we brought the golden apples as just a precaution. There we go. We're just gonna sit here and block. Got a blaze in there. I really want to kill him. This is such a cheaty way. Yeah, I'll deal with you momentarily. We definitely don't want to die because we'll lose this trial. Come on. Come on, heal me up, heal me up. Oh my goodness. I haven't really spoken because I've been focused. But that blaze is kind of a nuisance to deal with. There we go. We beat it. And I do believe I have a projectile in here. I do. Good deal. No. Darn it. Oh well. We did get a blaze rod, which is really nice. We did get 7 of these corrupted glitch hearts, which should give us 21 glitch fragments, and we're only gonna need 7. So we're gonna leave this here, and we're gonna head back to the base. And again, I fenced this in so we wouldn't get knocked out, and then as you saw, like Endermen like this that were mad at me, they couldn't get in here to attack me. It was pretty hectic there for a minute. Let's head back to the base. I set up this piece of obsidian opposite of our little block of coal here, and we are going to left-click these, like so. That gives us 21 here. And we're going to take these out here to where we have our little single pumpkin growing, because this is a water pool. We're going to throw 12. We're going to take the mana ring off. 12 of those and 12 of those. Or the magnetization ring. And boom. We have 12 glitched infused ingots. So our next quest requires us to make this glitched obsidian. And as you can guess it is pretty simple. It's glitch-infused ingots with obsidian on this setup with the terrestrial agglomeration plate. So we need to get ourselves 5 pieces of obsidian. We need to get ourselves 4 purple blocks, which we have 2 here. And what does this get us? Just 1, right? No, it does get us 4. Okay, well, I'm going to throw these 2 back. And we're going to need this guy. And I think what we're going to do, we're going to get our trowel out. And we are going to go ahead and set up right here. We'll get rid of the runic altar for a minute. Take all of that vivid grass. We will go ahead and place 1 back down there. Obsidian like so. Purple like so. And I'm not going to make another agglomeration plate. We're just going to borrow this one and the spark. Place that there. Place the spark over it. And now we need to get ourselves 12 pieces of obsidian. And then we can start crafting the glitched obsidian, which is going to be really nice. Perfect. So if we looked at the mana correctly, this only uses less than a quarter of a mana pool, which is really nice. We have not enough. Oh man. Okay, I need to transfer all of this mana into this mana pool here so we can make our first piece of... Actually, we need our Wand of the Forest, and we can do this. We'll drop this guy into the mana pool, like that. Make sure that is like that, and let this guy go ahead and gain a little bit. And then we will throw a piece of obsidian there, glitched ingot, and let that go ahead and craft up. Perfect. Nice. Glitch in the system. So that is that quest taken care of. This one wants us to enter the Nether. So build a portal of a glitched obsidian. However, a regular flint and steel ain't going to trigger the glitch. You'll need something more fiery, like a fire rune. Once the portal is done, you can hop it if you want. But the only thing greeting you will be the void. So, we have our first piece of glitched obsidian, which is really, really nice. And we have a rune of fire here to ignite the portal. So I need to turn these guys into more glitched obsidian. And that is just going to require us to do some AFKing. Now while we're waiting for our mana to fill up so we can make more glitched obsidian, I was looking ahead at the quest book. And we're going to need to make this terrain scanner and biome scanner to actually start rebuilding the Nether once we get inside. So the first thing we need to do is craft up a machine block. Then an assembler, we need to get some solder, and then we need to make the terrain and biome scanner. Now, I did bookmark all of these except for the solder, which is just lead dust and tin dust with a pestle and mortar, and then we click this onto the ground on some fire, and it will turn into the bucket of solder, so we're going to need to get a couple of buckets. But the other thing that we're going to need for these machines like this assemblers, we're going to need some copper wires. So this is copper plates with shears, and I wanted to go ahead and show off this little small plate presser, which does that. It takes a block of copper, turns it into 4 copper plates, and if my math was correct, we need... Oh, this doesn't work with copper shears? Let's see here. It should work with shears. I guess it has to be iron shears or the engineer wire cutters, so let's just make ourselves a pair of shears. Maybe it has to be done in the crafting table as well? Nope. But it does do it this way, so we are going to need 17 of these, if my math was correct. So we can go ahead and start making these CCBs, these ceramic circuit boards. They are made with some clay boards, redstone, copper wires, and then these basic capacitors, which is going to eat up some of our grains of infinity. So we need 2 capacitors, 1 basic capacitor there. We're going to need 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going to need 10 capacitors, which means we need 20 grains of infinity. So let's go see if we actually have that. In here we have 11. Well, time to go get some more of these. And just like that, 10 capacitors got. So for these CCBs, we're going to need this stuff like we said, and we're going to need pottery clay, which is bone meal and clay. So the assembler needs a CCB, the terrain scanner needs one, and the biome scanner needs one. So each one of these is going to require 4 of these, so we need 12 pieces of clay. And we're going to need 12 pieces of bone meal, which we have. 1 more. Click in there. Something going on with my mouse. Actually, we only need 6 because we craft it at 2 at a time, so that's easy enough. Now let's not mess this up. So it's just pottery clay like this, 3 of those like so. We can then craft up the unfired circuit board if we have a little bit of redstone. And we've got our 3 CCBs that we need to run through our furnace, which we did move right here temporarily. The other thing that I am doing is I'm making dark steel, which is coal dust, obsidian, and iron. You take this coal, regular coal, you run it through the sag mill over here. It will get you sulfur sometimes, which is why I have these 2 pieces of sulfur, and then it will get you the pulverized coal, and that is getting us the dark steel that we need for the assembler. We need it for the terrain scanner, and then we're going to have to make some end steel, which is end stone, dark steel, and obsidian. So we're going to have to take this dark steel and go ahead and use 4 of them to craft up the end steel. So let's wait for that to go. We'll check how this simulation chamber is going. There's too much terrestrial matter in there. So let me clean out my inventory, and then we are going to do something very scary. The next quest in our quest book is called Divided by Zero. So if you want more generators, you need to try some from extra utilities too. But without nether quartz, crafting the machine block can be quite a hassle. Craft a machine block. So we have the machine block saved right here. And there's 2 different ways to do it. We can do it with electrical steel and redstone alloy ingot. But these industrial machine chassis are in a pressure chamber, and we're not quite into pneumatic craft. So we're going to have to do it this way, which requires these unstable ingots. Now, the unstable ingots are made with a diamond, a stick, and an iron ingot. You can make the stable, unstable nuggets and then craft all of these into a stable, unstable ingot, and nothing will happen. But these guys right here says this ingot is highly unstable and will explode after 10 seconds. Will also explode if the crafting window is closed or the ingot is thrown on the ground. Additionally, these ingots do not stack. So that's what makes these scary. Now, if we went this route right here, we're going to craft up 3 machine cases. I'm probably going to craft up a 4th. We would have to craft this recipe times this. So 9 times 4, 36 times. That's 36 diamonds instead of 12. So we're not going to do that. So what we have done is we have set up our inventory pretty well. We've got our 4 soot-covered ingots. We have our 3 machine chassis. We have all the rest of the stuff. So machine chassis in the middle, soot-covered redstone on the outside, cardinal directions, and then in the corners are our stable, unstable ingots. So if we take 4 of these, 4 of these, and 4 of these, we have our unstable ingots. Now the problem I'm having right now is right there. Sometimes this stuff doesn't want to click in. So we take these guys and we move them into the corners. We take this like that. And bam, we have a machine block. Whew. That was quite scary just because of the fact that this stuff does not want to click in. So with it being somewhat volatile, we decided to do this away from the base. We are in the oh my goodness. Oh. Yeah, we are away from the base in case that happened. So that sucks. We just lost a little bit of diamonds and stuff. No big deal. We're going to go back over there. And I don't know if I ever showed this on camera, so we're going to show it now. You can take a ender pearl, and you can craft it with your grave key. This will give you a grave key that you can hold down right-click if my mouse will actually cooperate with me, and boom, we're back over at our grave. Then we right-click on our grave, and all of our stuff is here. So unfortunately, we don't have the second machine block, so we are going to need to go back to the base and get some more stuff. And as I said, I think I'm going to craft up a 4th machine block because I'm looking at potentially making this culinary generator, which requires this furnace generator, which requires a machine block. This thing can be fed food, like apples, and it will generate redstone, and I think this thing's going to be our mobile use of power because we have quite a bit of apples. So let me get some more stuff and actually get this machine block crafted up. Hopefully without dying. The good news is it didn't destroy any of this acid biome. Our base is just over the ridge right there. So yep, let me get this crafted up. Alright. So the assembler is this right here. Some capacitors, dark steel, copper wires, and the ceramic CCBs, which we have. We need the casing for the biome scanner and the terrain scanner, so we can craft that up. And go in my inventory. The biome scanner, we did just make the end steel, so that is perfect. Now these are done. I don't need these anymore. Now the assembler we are going to need to actually make the biome scanner, so it's going to require the biome scanner casing, an empty map, and then a biome marker, which is just some purple dye, any sapling, and then 4 iron ingots. The terrain scanner is going to require the casing, the empty map, and then a building gadget. So let me get all of the things that we need for the assembler, the 2 empty maps, and we're also going to get ourselves some solder. Now the way this works, I do believe we take our bucket of solder and we put it in the machine like that. Now we have 1,000 out of 4,000 millibuckets. We throw our terrain scanner casing, our map, and our building gadget, and at the cost of some power, this thing will start building. Ooh, that's going down quick. Okay, well, it's a good thing we made the culinary generator to hopefully back this thing up with a little bit of power. Anyway, this is going to craft into an actual terrain scanner, and then we are going to build the biome scanner the same way. I'm not sure if we need 2 buckets of solder, but I went ahead and made 2 buckets of solder. I was wrong about the solder. You need to make the solder powder, and then the bucket of solder powder, like this. And then you guys saw the clip with me clicking this on the ground, and that is made nice and easy like that. So this is working well. This should be done momentarily. I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of these crafted up, and we'll be back. Now, I was correct. I did need 2 buckets of solder in this. It did use 1,000 buckets. We can see what it's going to use right here. But the other thing that I missed was this right here. The biome marker needs to be hell. So we need to take this into the Nether. So we set up our glitch portal frame here, and the reason I did is because we have the portal to the Alfheim over there. Thought it would look cool to have kind of a portal on both sides. So there we lit it with the fire rune, and now we need to step through. And we are heading to the Nether. And so now in the Nether you can see, maybe, that it is nothing. There is just a void, but we're going to right click this, and now this thing should be marked hell. We can go back through and pop this guy in here, creating the biome scanner finally. And one thing that we did just do is, other than this Orchid Indium, we have completed almost this whole line of quests. We need to still make the biome scanner, and then we need to get ourselves a piece of netherrack. Alrighty, so we are in the Nether. We have now got our biome scanner, and that does complete everything up to getting a piece of netherrack, which I don't have a pickaxe on me to do that, but we are going to set up the terrain scanner. Now, the biome scanner, if we were to set this down and provide it with power, it can click to scan the biomes, but because we're in the Nether, there's no other biome than hell. So this thing is pretty much useless. I'm going to go ahead and crack some of these apples into here and start letting this thing get a little bit of power. But if we turn this thing on and we just zip this up to the max blocks, we should see something happening. Turn on, there we go. And as you can see, it is building very, very quickly the Nether. Ooh, look at that. We got a little bit of a Nether Fortress. Can't see where I'm at. There we go. So we got a little bit of a Nether Fortress. We are burning up. Let's go ahead and head back home. Just so we're out of there. So we're going to need to let that Nether Fortress build up a little bit and grab this pickaxe so we can get an actual piece of netherrack. And hopefully we don't fall off the platform again. So we have the chunk built, as you can see. We have that up there. If we turn on our F9, we ought to be able to see the chunk boundaries. And this doesn't quite line up with the chunk boundaries. And I did set this guy just outside of a boundary. There's one right here. But we still generated this whole piece. So, the fact that we found a Nether Fortress is insanely lucky. And we are going to need to build out, one way or the other to follow this bridge to see if we can get to a blaze spawner. But anyway, we need to get up there. And let's turn these borders off by pressing F9. And all the way up. What are you? Nether aluminum ore. I don't have my ring on. Ooh, 4 pieces of that, though. Alright. What are you? Just regular old netherrack. Now, this is the crazy thing. This is the texture that we all know and love. From old school Minecraft, when did they even update the textures? It's been a while. Ooh, we got a blaze, we got a blaze, we got a blaze. Yep. Hello. Yeah, let's get out of there. The Nether is really, really dangerous, as we all know, but it has the old textures. I think the version that we're playing on is 1.12, and hopefully that wasn't too loud, us coming through the portal, because it was really loud in my ears. But we have now completed this advancement page. Aside from the Orchid Indium, we'll go ahead and craft this guy off camera. It's not a big deal, but we did open a new page. So we need to get a blaze rod, the altar of life. Here is our angel ring for creative flight. There's a blast furnace. We'll get into some pneumatic craft. There's some nether star stuff that happens. We have to get a rainbow generator set up here, getting rainbow ingots. We'll start finally getting into applied energistics too. This right here is more immersive engineering. And yeah, this is going to be really nice. We're probably going to start with this altar of life, but that's where we're going to end it today. I'm not sure how long this video is. Hopefully not too long. But we had to get to the nether, guys. We just had to. And this helmet looks incredibly weird. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, if you did, please leave a like. Leave a comment down below. Check the description out for all of the different ways to follow me. Smash that notification bell so you guys know when these videos go up. And I will see you on the next one.